couple of days ago, we covered on the channel that YouTube was unsuspending a bunch of accounts, or at least that's what was said in the legal document where they said that they'd be doing so. Now, we know that Doug Tennapel did get his account unsuspended, and he's a great channel out there if you don't follow his stuff. But, of course, in the rush of all of this, other people tried to get back on YouTube, including Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes, and actually a fantasy book YouTuber named John A. Douglas, and they found that they were not able to get back on YouTube very easily. So it looks like this is a lot of just like bustling and rumbling in Capitol Hill, and Google's not actually changing its ways. Now, I mentioned before that there's other problems going on with this website at this point where their AI algorithm has actually caused a lot of problems for a lot of creators and has basically suppressed a lot of video content. And that's exactly why I started a Substack last year, because I kind of saw that this was coming. Things were going very, very well on the channel. I was getting nearly 100,000 views per day on this channel right here. And that, of course, got nuked by about 90% around March, April, when these new algorithms came into place after the election. Now, I think what happened was, this is my theory, that they saw what happened with the election and they wanted to suppress the right moving forward in culture. While the right was busy declaring victory because Donald Trump won the election, everybody kind of started saying, woke is dead, it's all over, everything's gone now, and got, of course, the right pacified sort of while the culture kept continuing. And as we've seen over the last few months, the left hasn't gone anywhere. They haven't repented. They haven't changed. They just retreated into their echo chambers of Blue Sky and Reddit and became even more galvanized, even more crazy, and even more unhinged. I mean, obviously, we saw a couple weeks ago that they shot my friend Charlie Kirk, and that was absolutely crazy. And so because of that, we have this whole situation where nothing's really changed in the culture. If you watch any TV show out there still that's coming out these days, it's the same black, lesbian, disabled, strong female lead. They're just not advertising it to the populace as that. It's obnoxious, and again, nothing's changed in Hollywood. They're seething more than ever before. They're angrier than ever before. They're nastier than ever before. Just the reactions to what happened with Charlie Kirk, you saw that last week, and this is something that's not going to go away. If you've been around since the old Gamergate days, you know there's a phrase that's said there saying, the ride never ends. It means that we always have to keep fighting. The ride really does never end. We just got to keep getting back on and keep getting back on, and I know it can be tiring at times, but at the same time, we have to fight the good fight. So please hit the like and subscribe button. This is my Substack that I mentioned, the Fandom Pulse, and it's not just me writing. We have multiple writers out here who actually do some great work and put out a ton of articles right now. And we are the leading voice in entertainment news. We're featured on Bongino Report almost every single day in their entertainment section, which we really appreciate. And this is the spot for your entertainment news and, of course, pop culture news. This is where everything is. So please get on here. So important to sign up, guys. We don't use advertisers because we know how it goes with advertisers. It's all based on people like you being here, sharing these out, reading, and naturally, we're more canceled than anybody else out there. We don't get a lot of influencers, of course, sharing us, so it all has to come out via word of mouth. We do appreciate Bongino Report, though. So this is it. This is what's happening today with YouTube. And this is on Fandom Pulse, fandompulse.com. So YouTube issues a statement after Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones' YouTube channels are shut down. Surprise, surprise. And like I said, John A. Douglas, who's just a fantasy author, was told that he was violating the community guidelines and that he would not be allowed back on YouTube. He's not even remotely political and things like that. He just covers that men's fiction is really not in bookstores and that this women's romantasy slop is dominating things, much like we do on this channel. And yet he got popped and, of course, is not being allowed back. Free speech still does not exist on this platform whatsoever. It's pretty bad. And this morning goes to show that it's even worse than we thought. So naturally, whether you like Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes or not, they are bellwethers as to what's being allowed on big tech and the like, because they're viewed as the far right, at least. And so when they are not allowed back on the platform, even though there's apparently a legal document and a congressional hearing that says this is all going to stop, you know that YouTube really has not changed its ways whatsoever. And here's the thing. We all saw the outcry about Jimmy Kimmel's freedom of speech last week. Are we going to see those same Hollywood actors and all that demand Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes be allowed back on the platform? We're not going to hear a word from it, right? Of course, we know how that hypocrisy goes. It does bear mentioning in the middle of this as well. But YouTube issued this statement explaining why it shut down newly created channels for Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes. In an email sent to the House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan Jordan, YouTube admitted it was pressured by the Biden administration to censor individuals regarding COVID-19 content following an investigation conducted by the committee. They shared senior Biden officials, including the White House officials, conducted repeated and sustained outreach to Alphabet, Google's parent company, and pressed the company regarding certain user-generated content regarding the COVID-19 pandemic. It did not violate its policies. While the company continued to develop and enforce its policies independently, the Biden administration officials continued to press the company to resolve non-violative user-generated content. The company also added the administration's officials, including President Biden, created a political atmosphere that sought to influence the actions of platforms based on their concerns regarding misinformation. It also said it's unacceptable and wrong when any government, including the Biden administration, attempts to dictate how the company moderates content, and the company has consistently fought against those efforts for First Amendment grounds. Yeah, right. On top of this admission, they then admitted it acted to censor people due to those pressures. The company terminated channels for repeatedly violating its community guidelines on election integrity, that's the 2020 election, content through 2023, and the COVID-19 content through 2024. Next, it shared it would be allowing those back on it, saying, today YouTube's community guidelines allow for a wider range of content regarding COVID-19 and election integrity, reflecting the company's commitment to free expression. Yeah, right. YouTube will provide an opportunity to all creators to rejoin the platform if the company terminated their channels for repeated violations of COVID-19 and election integrity that are no longer in effect. So naturally, Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones attempted to create new YouTube channels, and they were quickly deplatformed. Here it is. They shut down the newly created channels, as we see. And YouTube says this: we've seen some previously terminated creators try to start new channels. To clarify, our pilot program on terminations is not yet open. It's against our community guidelines for previous terminated users to use, possess, or create other channels, and we'll terminate new channels from previously terminated users in accordance with these guidelines. We'll have more to share on that limited pilot program soon. Oh, well, how nice, YouTube. How pleasant, how sanitized, and how corporate. It's the same BS that they're still doing. This is what the companies do. They go, you violated our community guidelines. And you go, what? What did I do to violate our community guidelines? Please refer to our community guidelines. It's like, okay, well, how do I know what I'm in violation of? How can I repair this? Oh, we don't want you to repair this because we don't want you. And that's what it ends up being. It's not about community guidelines. It's about who it is. And that's exactly what these people do all the way around. Now, like I said, this is an ugly thing that's happening this morning. And of course, it just means that the same censorship's happening on this platform. It's going to continue. It's going to get worse, as a matter of fact, because the people at Google are not, of course, America first. They're trying to subvert the culture. They're trying to create this awful dystopia of leftism that we're actually living in right now, and they want to make it even worse. And so they want to censor and silence people who are a part of this movement, of course. And they do it not just through this, by the way, but I've mentioned at the beginning of the video, they do it through their algorithm as well, suppressing the content. There's been a huge hit to all right-leaning creators. The Quarterings talked about it. Clownfish TV's talked about it. It's hit me very, very hard here as well. And that's exactly why we have to move to other platforms. I invariably get, go to Rumble, but if you don't do direct political content on Rumble, nobody watches over there. So I'm not spending my time on that. I have a channel, nobody watched it. I went to Substack though, and Substack as a free speech platform grew very, very quickly, like I said, and it's working very, very well. So I want you to get on Substack because it's a real free speech platform. And the reason I don't like Rumble is, again, it's another algorithmic driven thing. If you don't just ride the algorithm of whatever's on Rumble and just say the same things that are getting through that algorithm, it's just the same grind where you're not actually allowed to talk about what you want to talk about and find viewers who want that as well. Substack is different because it acts as an email list, and that way I can directly email you the content, and that way you can always see what's going on without something being a viral trend already or not. This is how real news can actually propagate out there, and that's why it's so important to follow, guys. So get on here in the description below. This is the only way forward. We do need to build independent networks of independent news that's actually calling this stuff out, and we're the only one who does so in the entertainment and pop culture space. This is the spot. I appreciate you being here, and gosh, I hope YouTube gets its act together and Congress does something about this rather than just beating its chest, because obviously YouTube is just suppressing and canceling the exact same people as they always have been before. They're still banned. Jimmy Kimmel's back on the air, and yet all these liberals cried free speech last week, didn't they? It's all fake and it's all performative. All these companies are exactly the same. They all hate you still. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you. I get a little passionate and angry about this stuff, but it just drives me crazy because it never changes. We'll be back soon.